Hey y'all, it's me, Lynn Daniel, coming to you today on the Buddy Zone. Y'all, this is my teacher YouTube channel. This is my oldest YouTube channel. I have had this channel since 2006. It's 11 years old. It's at dormant for many years. And then last summer, just a few months ago, I decided to upload some videos to breathe life into this channel. So I want to thank my 52 subbies for joining me here on my teacher YouTube channel. Many of you are in the field of education, and this is the channel where I come to talk about work-life balance, particularly for educators, and I like to interact with other educators. We have even built a community on Facebook. We've taken our YouTube community onto Facebook, and we have a private group there. So if you're an educator and you have a YouTube channel, hey, join us. Join us on Facebook and get to interact. There are teachers from all over the world, France and Australia and New Zealand and so many. I can't even think of all of them right now because there's so many. And then from almost every state in the union. So this is a fun way for me to just interact with teachers outside of my scope of life. I like to get other teachers' perceptions about their roles and their role as a teacher in their school, their performance, their students. I get a lot of good tips here on this channel. So today I just really wanted to check in and talk about music that I listen to. Music. Okay, so the reason I'm talking about music, if you have not checked out my two previous videos, the most recent videos that I uploaded, go check them out because I tell you a lot about myself as a person, as a young person growing up, becoming who I am today, what kind of led me into the teaching profession, how educators help to shape and mold me as a woman, as a student, as a learner, as a human being. And I want to talk about music because I love music. And music has always been, I've been a consumer of music my entire life. I've never really learned to play an instrument. I took one piano lesson from an elderly lady in my community back when we lived in the hood. And the kids in the community would always talk about the lady's house being haunted. And when I heard noises in her house, I told my parents I wasn't going back because I didn't know if it was haunted or if there was a person upstairs. So I've only taken one lesson on the piano. Now, when I became an adult, I took guitar. I think I took like 5 or 6 guitar lessons from a church member, a friend I had met at church, and who was I think he was a music major. He was like a professional musician. And I don't know, was he a music teacher? I don't think he was a music teacher, but so yeah, I have very limited. Now I've taken voice. Voice has been my instrument since 94. I took professional voice lessons in the early 90s, probably earlier than 94. And at a conservatory in St. Louis, I studied for about a year and a half, 2 years there. And then I went on to sing with the chorus, St. Louis Symphony and Unison Chorus, and I sang at my church. And so my voice, it may not be the best voice, but it's the voice that I have. It's the voice that I share with others. And, I've been told, girl, you sing with your heart and soul. It may not be the best. It's not the worst, but, it's mine. So anyway, music. I really love an array of music. I remember when I was younger, like I guess, I don't know how old I was, 10, 11, maybe. And there used to be a record store in our neighborhood that we could walk to. It was close enough for us to walk to. And one day I remember it was either all three of us, my brother, my sister, and me, or maybe just my sister and me. But we had gone to the record store, and records used to cost like, I want to say $1, but they may have been 50 cents. 50 cents for a 45. I think yeah, 45. You would buy the 45, and then you would buy the little round thingy, 45 holder, I forget what they were called, to attach the record to the turntable. And so this particular song that I like was called Patches. Patches was like a folk song. Oh, it was a narrative. It narrated a story, and it was like the Southern old style not bluesy, but folksy, like really. And I just like that song. I like the story. I like the tone. I like the song. So I bought the record. So we were walking home, my sister and I, and this family of kids. It was a big family of kids, and they used to sit out on their front porch and, you know, like a family talk and everything. And they shouted out. They could tell we had records because the record store would put the records in these little brown, like not grocery bags, but bags. And they were the size of the 45. So anyway, we're walking, and the kids shouted out, "Leslie, what record did you buy?" And Leslie told them the record that she bought. "Lynn, what record did you buy?" And I said, "Patches." And my sister elbowed me like, "Don't tell them Patches." And they said, "Patches? What?" And they started laughing. They laughed because I bought Patches. Well, I just like Patches, and I wasn't ashamed that I like Patches. And I ain't ashamed today that I like Patches. So, yeah, I don't know who made Patches, Clarence Carter or somebody. I don't know. You all Google them and find out and listen to Patches. So, a sad song. But anyway, so yeah, music. I think music can be, it can bring enjoyment to your life. You know, my musician friends, I really admire them because they can play an instrument. They can read music at a high rate of like, their music literacy skills are phenomenal, and I just admire them for that. And mine, I feel I'm still at kindergarten or first grade, but I make use of them, and I think that's important. If you have what you have, just use what you have to the best of your ability and watch it flourish. And so, music, I think, can be soothing in the classroom. You know, you can use that classical music, they say, stimulates parts of the brain where focus and creativity are enhanced. Some music create an ambiance of like calm, and it relieves stress from students and from people who listen to it. And so music can be very therapeutic in a classroom. It can be a good way to transition from activity to activity. And then when the music stops, like you put on a 3-minute song when students are packing up their belongings, getting ready to transition classes or change activities and things like that, you put on transition music, and it helps them to continue with the task, to remain focused. They know how many minutes they have left, and they can get everything done before the end of the song. So music in the classroom can be very helpful. At the start of the year, I incorporated a lot of music, especially like entering the class and leaving the class. And leaving the class, I would play You Got a Friend in Me. And the kids really liked that. You know, it sent them off in a good mood and a spirit of camaraderie. You know, you want them to leave in a good mood and getting along with one another, not letting the hustle and bustle and the rush of leaving overwhelm them. And so, you know, I would play that song for them. Entering the class, I would play a variety of songs. I like the Cass Family, It's a New Day here on YouTube. The Cass Family, that's a good song. That's a it's got high energy, but it's got a sense of like an essence of joy and pride and hope in it, you know, and that you want your students to have at the start of the day. And I know when my daughters were little, I think they were like in, oh goodness, maybe first and third grade, or maybe kindergarten and second. In the morning when they would get up, we had our routine where they would get up in the morning, they would do their morning preparations for their self-care, and then, they would eat their breakfast. And then during their self-care part, like when they would shower and get their clothes on and I would comb their hair, they would watch this program called Zusa or Shusha. Zusa, I can't pronounce it, but anyway, Shusha or something like that. And they loved that program because it was high energy and they were singing and dancing, and it put them in a good mood. They started the day, they were not grumpy, they were smiling, they got along, they were helpful to one another. It set the tone for their day. And so music can be like a blessing to you. It can be good for you personally. It can be good for you professionally as a teacher. It can help your class, your students, your class of learners, and it can help your own children. So, all right, that's my video for the day. Thank you all for watching. Hey, be sure to thumbs up this video. Be sure to hit the notification bell, that bell icon, so that you can know when I upload new videos. You click on it, and then there's a little box that you click to tell it yes, you want notifications. And then subscribe if you haven't. Thank you if you have. Be sure to listen to me at 1.5 speed, because I speak slowly and there's fun in listening to me on 1.5. You'll be able to understand me. You will be, but it's gonna go fast like this. All right, y'all, be blessed. Bye.